Hey guys, I want to talk about our philosophy today. I've got my green tea, I've got my lavender incense burning, and yeah, I tried to record this like 5 times already, so if I sound like I'm rushing through it, it's because I've already said this a few times, but I kept running out of storage every few seconds and I'd have to delete stuff and come back and delete stuff and come back, so I decided to buy more iCloud storage for £1 a month and restart, so fingers crossed that has worked. Anyways, in the last video I briefly mentioned this concept, philosophy, ideology called Tao Te Ching. I'm gonna butcher every pronunciation because I have no idea how you pronounce it, because my granddad gifted me this book, and it's a hard, difficult concept to get your head around, kind of, because when it's like this spiritual stuff that's doesn't really physically exist, it's just like, yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around. So it's literally short passages. Also, the imagery is absolutely beautiful, and pretty much every page I'm like, oh, I want to get that tattooed on me. So I guarantee by the end of this I'm gonna have a new tattoo. I did it anyway. Anyways, yeah, I just want to discuss it, to be honest. So I don't know how long this is gonna be. I do write notes when I read it, and I'm gonna read from them so that it tangibly makes sense. Otherwise, I don't know how I'd even go about speaking about it. The first thing I said is, so it's a Chinese philosophy. It covers how to become a sage or a master, in the sense of somebody who unlearns by emptying oneself of concepts and opinions, and instead is liked with the Tao. So it's this concept called the Tao that the whole book's basically about, like a newborn child. So I guess it's kind of like being stripped of belief systems and just experiencing everything in a childlike manner. Do you know what I mean? With the curiosity and like innocence and equal mind, in a way where you don't really have much opinion yet. Yeah, and this is by not doing, which is a concept called Wu-Wei, W-U-W-E-I. Wu-Wei. Basically, from what I've gathered, this book is full of passages that just aim to explain and make sense of the Tao. As it's mentioned many times, that it doesn't physically or even externally exist, it just is. So I guess it's that omnipresence of some sort of spiritual belief system, spiritual being, divinity, yeah. So some quotes I wrote down. So they say, it is hidden but always present, and it is older than the concept of God. This one made me laugh. The more you talk of it, the less you comprehend, and it is better not to speak of things you do not understand, which is pretty much exactly what I'm doing now. Speaking of something I don't quite understand, but I'm intrigued by. But this is just me trying to make sense of it. But I think what it's trying to say by that is to not become obsessive and to view it from like a detached point of view, where it's not consuming your entire life. Do you know what I mean? Okay, then I wanted to read from particular pages, like actual passages, just to give you a little idea of what it says. Page 33. The master leads by emptying people's minds, filling their bellies, weakening their ambitions, and making them become strong, preferring simplicity and freedom from desires, avoiding the pitfalls of knowledge and wrong action. For those who practice not doing, everything will fall into place. So that last bit there, the masters lead by emptying people's minds, filling their bellies, blah blah blah, that just was like society, pretty much. That just screamed the reality that we live in, and the people in power, and what we are led to do, and how it just breeds mindless communities that just, like it said, empty their minds, fill their bellies, weaken their ambitions, and keeps you in line. So I thought that was interesting, because it was like a modern day reflection within this, I'm guessing, old book. The next page, page 41. The master puts herself last and finds herself in the place of authority. She detaches herself from all things, therefore she is united with all things. She gives no thought to self, she is perfectly fulfilled. I thought this pretty much just sums up perfectly the art of detachment, which is something that I am in the mix of figuring out. You know, detaching, but not detaching so far that you're just dissociated from your reality. So those are literally just 2 little pages and passages from this book, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's such, I was gonna say an easy read, it's not an easy read, because it pretty much just like leads me to reflect. You read a passage and then you reflect on it for a while. It's not just like breeze through the pages, but it's so short and simple. Yeah, pretty much just teaches you how to live a good life. and having this just belief system of detachment. And I spoke about this in the last video, which is why I brought it up. I experienced this in my real life, where I was going through something quite tough one night and I could not sleep the entire night, and shit was just going wrong the entire night, and I was digging myself a deeper and deeper hole. And then it reached a point where I was like, I don't know what the fuck else I can do right now. I'm literally going to try my hardest to tap into this Tao, to this art of detachment, to this spiritual energy that just is, and that just, yeah. And I did, and it really helped. So I found that really interesting. That was kind of one of the first like times I've actually put things into practice in moments where I've actually really needed them. On a regular basis, obviously, I practice meditation and journaling and listen to so much spiritual shit, and just I'm fascinated by it. It's quite rare that I have to actually put it into practice, especially in the moment. I can put things into practice upon reflection, but when I'm deep in a situation, I don't really have that control yet. But yeah, this time recently I did, and it felt amazing. So that's that. That's the book. I'm gonna obviously carry on reading it, and I'm gonna finish it by the end of the month, and maybe do another video just talking about some of the passages. Yeah. I will see you in the next video.